did last time around. Okay, so it has been started. Let's move to the Excel file without wasting much of a time over there. Sharing my screen with all of you. Here we are. We have the data of all the employees over here. Last time around, we were there into solution of various tasks, but some of the tasks were pending to be done from our side. I guess that was the sixth and seventh one. And then for the task for the day would be the eighth one. That is also going to be a bit of an introduction about the pie charts. So before I, move to this task, let me clarify this further, that once the basics of pie chart and pivot table will be done, after that we'll move to build one dashboard in the Excel file, which will give us a summarized data based on our requirements. We will try to use the various other functions of the Excel, and based on that we'll try to build one dashboard. But that will be able to do only when we'll have the proper and adequate sufficient knowledge about pivot tables, pivot charts, as well as some of the other functions as well. So that is there in a pipeline. Building a dashboard, when it would be like, if you want to click on one particular point, you will reach to that data, and you would have a different tab open for that. You would be able to see the visualizations of the data based on some applied criteria right on the front page. So one dashboard we are going to prepare, where some buttons will also be, we'll try to install some buttons, so if you click on that, then you can make the changes in the data accordingly. So these things we'll be able to do once we'll have a bit of a knowledge about this. So here we are. Let's move to the sixth task, which was pending to be done from our side. Let's try to read this out, and then we'll try to understand that what is the demand of this task. Sixth is rank average age of birth month. Some people would be like, sir, हमारे में average age नहीं है, हमारे में सिर्फ age है. Yes, you may change it to average age if you want to, because when we talk about the age, that means we wanted the rank and the classification based on their average age of the group. So let's try to read it out further. Rank average age of birth month wise, gender wise data from largest to smallest. Now please try to understand. The task does not tell you to find the sum total of the age, or it does not tell you to give you the maximum or minimum or some other arithmetic operation. Task is telling you that, Mr. Ronak, you should do the ranking right from first to the last one based on their average age. So the one who is, say for example, older, the group which is older in terms of average age must be first, the younger would be second, and accordingly we should arrange the data in rank. Or it can be alternative as well. I mean, the youngest population of this group shall be ranked 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4, and then 5. Now when you want to apply some classification, but you do not want the total, or you do not want some other basic arithmetic operations, but you want some ranking on the basis of that, so you may use this function for that. So first task, at least I can identify from here, is that I need to apply the pivot table, right? Let's do it. पहले वो तो करें, बाद में बात की बात करते हैं. And everyone is aware about the shortcut key now, right? Now some people would be like, sir, there is no need to select the data. Yes, I agree to that. But it's always better to select the data to apply the pivot table in order to avoid any potential problem. I'm using the terminology very carefully. Potential problem मतलब कि कुछ आ सकता है, आया नहीं है लेकिन कुछ आ सकता है. तो हमें सकने की भी क्यों कोई ऐसी गुंजाइश रखनी. हमारे में प्रॉब्लम आना ही नहीं चाहिए कभी, बिडू लोग. Okay, let me use the magnifier so that my students get it in a better way. Oh, once the data is selected, then I move to the insert tab, and in insert tab going to the pivot tables. Once this box is open, without changing anything which is there by default on the front. We will just press OK. Now here we are on one different worksheet where we will have to put the details as per the task. Now can someone tell me what should I put? Where should I put? What should be my value? What should be my rows or columns? My task is in front of you. I am right now thinking about the 6 numbers task. Where should I put which detail? Can someone tell me? Please unmute yourself, everyone. Come on, everyone should do it.
Sir, we can take gender in either column or row labels.
Very true. We can take gender in either column labels or in row labels. So let's do it the way that she has said to all of us. Let me take gender over here, say in columns. Now what do I want in rows here? There is one more classification required, right?
Birth month.
Very true. Her birth month needs to be taken. Birth month needs to be taken in the rows as well. Now it really does not make a difference whether you put rows in birth month in column or gender in rows. It would just make a presentation difference. This one is looking better, I think, so I'm keeping it as it is. Now something I want, some ranking I want to give, but that ranking is on the basis of what? That ranking is on the basis of what? Is on the basis of the average age of these groups, right? Now it has been asked from my side that I need to give the ranking on the basis of age. Then which age I should take, whether the maximum or minimum? Obviously the average age is something which tells you the age about a group, right? If I want to see that whether this class is young or, is class full of oldies, then I would find the average age of the class. So if any of this bifurcation, any of these groups, whether they are younger or older, that we can come to know only after taking age to the values. Let me drag age to the values, and here I am. But the problem is that here I have the total of age, which really does not serve any purpose, sir. एज का टोटल करके क्या फायदा है? हमें तो रैंक देना है. हमें क्या देना है? रैंक देना है. और वो भी टोटल के हिसाब से रैंक नहीं देना है. Sir, that rank should also be on the basis of average of age. Okay. So here I am. You just need to click over here, this one. Then go to the value field settings from here. Then in value field settings, once this kind of a box gets appeared in front of you, now here you will have to select the average, that is the third option. लेकिन हमारी अधूरी कहानी अभी भी हम खत्म नहीं हुए हैं. अभी भी हमारा टास्क खत्म नहीं हुआ है. हमें और भी कुछ चीजें चाहिए. हमें ये सिर्फ एवरेज नहीं चाहिए भैया, हमें एवरेज का रैंकिंग चाहिए. तो सर उसके लिए आप इतना क्यों चिल्लाते हो? बाजू वाला बॉक्स है, उधर जाओ. ये वाला शो वैल्यूज एज, and in show values as, you must be able to see the no calculation kind of a tab over here. Please click on the drop down arrow that is visible here. My mouse cursor is over there. Once you click on that, then it tells you, it asks from you that Mr. Rona, what do you want to perform on the average age? I would say on average age, I just want the numbers, nothing else. So I am finding where is the numbers. I'm in the ranking. Ranking. Yes, here I have got the ranking now. Now the first is smallest to largest and second one is largest to smallest. So let me use the first one first. सेकंड वाले को दुख लगेगा कि उसका हर बार सेकंड ही बारी आती है, तो मैं क्यों करूं, उसका नाम ही सेकंड है. Okay, now once that is done, you're not supposed to do anything now. This base field and base item that I'll come to, that I'll explain you in some time to come. Right now, not required. Rank smallest to largest. Press OK. Now, if you see the data, you have the ranks based on their average age. And this is smallest to largest criteria we have applied. Please put it in the back of your mind. This is smallest to largest for giving the ranking. So can someone tell me, the younger one would be given a higher rank, or the older one would be given the higher rank in this case based on the applied criteria we have here? My question is to all. Yes, again asking the question, in case you didn't get it. I have applied the criteria of ranking as smallest to largest on the basis of average age. Now, whether the younger people would be having the higher ranking or the older people would be having a higher ranking in this case?
Sir, I think older people.
But it's smallest to largest. So that means the average age, which would be small, will be having a higher ranking, first or second or third, no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good to see that. Good to see that. Students are getting it. So here we have number one. That means that is the youngest population we have. Who are those people? Those are the females born in the month of May, and they are first among the females. Now, please do not get confused. This is not on the basis of the entire total groups. No, the females are compared only with the females. We have 12 ranks from the female, we have 12 ranks from the male, and from the grand total as well, we have 12 ranks. In one category, we have just a one rank because that is the sole category we have in that. So the interpretation of this one would be, they are the youngest population who are belonging to the female gender and born in the month of May. In female gender, the oldest population is the April category. They are the oldies. They are the ones who have lots of experience in their life. જે લોકોએ વધારે દિવાળી જોઈ છે, આ એક વાળા લોકોએ ઓછી દિવાળી જોઈ છે. Now, if I change a criteria a bit, everyone should do it along with me over there. Instead of, I click on this value fill settings and show values as Medjaki. Show values as Medjaki. रैंक स्मॉलेस्ट टू लार्जेस्ट की जगह पे अगर तुम लार्जेस्ट टू स्मॉलेस्ट कर दोगे, अगर तुम लार्जेस्ट टू स्मॉलेस्ट कर दोगे और एंटर प्रेस करोगे या फिर ओके प्रेस करोगे, now the youngest population that we had last time around, now that is given the 12th numbers rank because now it's largest to smallest. That means the oldies will be securing the higher ranking in this case. And the ranking is based on the average age of all these categories, groups. Please put it in the back of your mind. We need to have first the average age of all this. So that's why we had selected the average. Now the ranking based on the average would be different. The ranking based on the total would be different. The ranking based on the minimum or maximum would be different. Here we have given the ranking based on the average of age. These are my two tasks. Everyone would have completed this, waiting for 1 minute more for others. Those who are still doing hadu hadu, धीरे धीरे जा रहे हैं, जिनका हो गया है उनको मैं और पूछूंगा क्वेश्चंस। अगर मुझे कोई बताए, अगर मुझे कोई बताए कि ये 10 को मैं कैसे इंटरप्रेट करूं, तो कोई मुझे कह सकता है इसके बारे में? जरा सा मेरे ज्ञान के दीपक को प्रज्वलित कीजिए। महोदय, मोहतरमा, ऑल दी महाशयास,
Good afternoon, sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून।
Sir, it says that out of the total male population which is ranked in September, it is ranked 10th. Since we have put it largest to smallest, so it has less number of people as compared to the rank to the group that is ranked on one.
बहुत अच्छी तरीके से जा रहा था, लेकिन છેલ્લે 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 કંઈક થોડુંક હિયર એન્ડ ધેર કરી નાખ્યું. ક્યાં હિયર એન્ડ ધેર કર્યું ખબર? बहुत मस्त जा रहा था, एकदम मस्त लड़की जा रही थी, लेकिन छेल्ले छेल्ले એવું કીધું કે it will have a less number of people falling in that. We haven't done it based on the count, we have done it based on the average. Aha, yes or no? So count does
Yes.
not matter. Yes. So it does not give you any picture about the count, my dear students. It gives you the picture about the
Age.
average. Now you may be having such kind of a data where, sir, people would be like, आपके अंदर तो शाहरुख खान आ गया. Oops. So say if you have 5 people like this, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So their average age is coming at 60, right? Now in another category, you have just 2%. One is 40, another one is 45. So your average age is coming at 42.5. Now here our ranking is based on this average. So that really doesn't give us any idea about how many number of entries are falling in this category or how many number of entries which are falling in this category. We just do not have anything about the count in that category. We just have the average age and we have compared that. Okay, everyone would give me a confirmation as a positive or negative in the chat box or by unmuting yourself so I can move ahead. I will not come there and say you that एक्सेल पे काम मैं करता हूं, तुम ड्रीम 11 पे आईपीएल का टीम बनाओ. ऐसा नहीं होगा बेटा, एक्सेल पे तुम्हें ही काम करना पड़ेगा. Because no one comes and says to me that Ronak, I'll take the lecture for you, तुम ड्रीम 11 पे जाके टीम बनाओ. कोई मुझे नहीं कहता ऐसा, तो मैं आपको भी क्यों कहूं? Okay. Now let me go to the 8th task after doing one simple thing in the pivot chart. Now pivot table का बहुत हो गया. pivot table के अंदर हम अभी वापस कुछ चीजें हैं जिसके अंदर वापस आएंगे वापस, लेकिन अभी हम pivot chart के introduction में जा रहे हैं. Now there is a fundamental difference between the two. One gives you the matrix of the data and another gives you the graphical representation of the data. Now some people would be confused that, sir, what kind of a chart it will give us? वो अंदर से उसको अंतरात्मा कैसे उसको बताएगी कि कौन सा वाला चार्ट अप्लाई करना है? एक्सेल चार्ट का टाइप कैसे डिसाइड कर लेगा हमें पूछे बिना? ये सब क्वेश्चंस आपके दिमाग में आने वाले हैं. मुझे मालूम है आपके जहन में बहुत सारे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस घूम रहे हैं, लेकिन जब तक करेंगे नहीं तब तक तो कुछ होगा नहीं. तो पहले एक काम करते हैं, पहले एक छोटा सा टास्क सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करते हैं, फिर धीरे 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 हड़ू 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 आगे बढ़ेंगे. तो अब मेरा टास्क ये है कि मुझे मेल और फीमेल इन सभी का एवरेज हाउस होल्ड इनकम एक चार्ट में चाहिए. ओके, आई होप यू मस्ट हैव अंडरस्टूड माय क्वेश्चन. average household income of male as well as average household income of female in one columnar chart. तो सर सबसे पहले तो मालूम पड़ गया कि आपको पाइवोट चार्ट अप्लाई करना है. My data is selected. Then I'm going to the insert tab. Then sir, from here you need to find the pivot chart. इतना तो मालूम है हमें. तो करो ना बेटा, मालूम है तो चलो करते जाओ। पाइवोट चार्ट इधर भी होगा या फिर किसी लोगों को इधर भी मिलेगा। पाइवोट टेबल के नीचे यहाँ पे एक ड्रॉप डाउन एरो होगा, अगर आपका पुराने वाला एक्सेल है ना तो। अगर नए वाला है तो आपको इधर भी एक मिलेगा पाइवोट चार्ट का ऑप्शन, इंसर्ट में जाके। अब वहां पे दो है, एक पाइवोट चार्ट और पाइवोट चार्ट के साथ पाइवोट टेबल। तो भैया मुझे सिर्फ अभी चार्ट चाहिए, चार्ट और टेबल दोनों नहीं चाहिए। तो सिलेक्टिंग ओनली द चार्ट ओवर हियर। वेयर यू वांट टू डू बाय न्यू वर्कशीट में। एग्जिस्टिंग वर्कशीट में तो बहुत लोचे है, कितना ज्यादा डेटा है, न्यू वर्कशीट में ही करते हैं अपन। एज इट इज, जैसा था वैसा ही रखना है, प्रेसिंग ओके। Once new one is inserted, can someone tell me what should I put in the axis or legend? Now here there would be a bit of a confusion. Some people would be like, sir, in pivot table we had a different categories. In pivot table all those 4 boxes were denoted by some other sort of words, right? Over there was columns and rows, which was pretty much understood. Here we have axis and legend. How can I put the data over there? How am I able to know that whether I should put in the legend or whether I should put that in the axis field? Now let me drag this gender to the axis field. You will come to know about the legend field within a very few minutes to come. Once I have the gender into axis field, which is the primary criteria for the bifurcation, then I'm moving to the household income in rupees, which shall be dragged to household, that shall be dragged to values, dragging household income in rupees to the values. Here I have such type of a data. Some of the students would be like, sir, you have done the summation of it. Instead of summation, we want to do the average. So clicking over here, then value field settings, and in value field settings, we have the option of average. Selecting that average, pressing OK. And here I have the average income of male as well as female. Oops, you might have observed that the total income of female was quite high, but the total income of male was low, but average income of male is better than female. So though male are less in numbers, but they are earning better in terms of average income. That's what the data says. Nothing mine, no my fault in that, sorry. So here I have blank male and female. Now please try to understand. I'm just explaining you that what is there in the legend fields now. How you should utilize that. And you will just be observing what I'm doing. I'm taking level of education to this legend series. How this data looks like now, can someone tell me? What is there in that? Can someone just explain me what is there in this chart? What did I do? I had created axis field as a gender and level of education was put into the legend series. Now how the chart looks like, you are not supposed to go into this legend fields and those axis fields. You just explain me that what is there in the chart, what you are able to see from here. Simple. अच्छा मैं और एक बताऊं, और एक चीज करूं, सुनना। इधर मेल और फीमेल है, उसके अंदर लेवल ऑफ एजुकेशन है। अब मैं क्या करता हूं, लेवल ऑफ एजुकेशन को एक्सिस में रखता हूं और जेंडर को मैं जाने देता हूं लेजेंड फील्ड्स में। अब मुझे बताओ अब क्या हो गया। अब कुछ समझ में आ रहा है? अब कुछ ऐसी चीज है कि जहां पे आपको ऐसा स्ट्राइक हो रहा है? आम जिंदगी में, ऐसा मेंटोस वाली जिंदगी में आ रहे हो बच्चों की नहीं? Can you differentiate between the legend series and the axis field now?
Yes, sir.
True. What is that? What is that difference? If you can let me know.
Sir, when we had put the degrees into the legend field, it associated colors with those and differentiated gender when it was put on axis field.
True.
And now that we have gender in the legend field, so now based on gender, the degrees are differentiated.
Very true. So if I try to summarize her answer, no, then there are two bifurcation. One category of bifurcation is the primary and another one is the secondary. Now, primary bifurcation is done on the basis of level of education in this case. In earlier one, it was done on the basis of gender. Say if I have put the gender over there in the, and here over there in this, legend fields के अंदर मैंने level of education किया और gender के अंदर मैंने, sorry, axis के अंदर gender डाला. So here, the primary bifurcation criteria or category, I must say, is the gender. And in the gender, we have a further bifurcation of level of education. But if you do ulta, then what will happen? Then level of education will become the primary bifurcation criteria and gender will become the secondary bifurcation criteria. Level of education के अंदर वो तुम्हें 3 gender देगा. हर एक level of education को वो primary category ले लेगा. So axis field is something which is the primary field of the bifurcation if you want to do. Within that, if you want to create further series, that can be done by inserting that detail into the legend series now. So that's the importance of the legend series. You must be able to get it now. So that's the difference between axis fields and legend fields. Axis is for the primary bifurcation. Legend series is for the sub bifurcation in the axis fields. Is it clear now? Now some students would be like, sir, how can you impose such kind of a chart on us? We do not want this kind of a chart. We want the bar chart where small bar must be drawn. So I said, okay beta, इतना क्यों मेरे ऊपर चिल्ला रहे हो? मैं कर रहा हूं ना. वैसे कैसे कर रहा हो सर? हमें भी बताओ कैसे कर रहे हो. ठीक है, you may click on the face of this chart, right click, go over there on the chart, anywhere, here, have a right click, and everyone should be able to see change chart type. अब ये एक्सेल अंतर्यामी तो है, लेकिन उनकी जो अंतर्यामी की वाणी है वो हर बार तो सही साबित नहीं होगी. उनको ये तो नहीं मालूम पड़ेगा कि हमें और तुम्हें क्या चाहिए, कौन सा वाला चार्ट चाहिए. तो बेचारा कोशिश करता है हमें एक आधा चार्ट देने की, लेकिन एक तो कोशिश करता है, फिर हम उसको और डांटे कि तूने मेरे को ये चार्ट क्यों किया. वो बता रहे ना कि तुम चार्ट का टाइप चेंज कर सकते हो तुम्हारी रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से, तो क्यों बेचारे के ऊपर हावी हो जा रहे हो? चेंज कर दो, चेंज चार्ट टाइप. फिर ये चेंज चार्ट टाइप में गए तो मेरे पास यहाँ पे बार में 2 चार्ट्स अवेलेबल है. अब बार में पहला वाला है, दैट इज द स्टैक्ड कॉलम. दैट मींस इट विल गिव यू द आंसर विद इन द कॉलम इटसेल्फ. Another one is the percentage stacked column. I'll tell you that what is the difference between the two. I am sure you all will be able to get it. Let me click the second one first and press OK. You have this kind of a chart now. So within that particular column itself, we have the various bars created. That's why it is called the bar chart too. Now the interpretation of this bar chart would be, we have taken the average income. We haven't taken the sum of income. Let me change it to sum of income first. I'm going to the value field settings, and instead of average, I'm using sum, pressing OK. Okay, so here I have the total income earned by male as well as female in various categories. So first thing I can identify those who are having the high school degree, in totality, their income is too high as compared to the other groups. That is one thing. But if I change it to a different type of a chart where bars are shown as a percentage of contribution, then instead of values on this axis, you will have the percentages. Here you have the values, you must be able to check it. So this tells you that this is the total income of that group. Something more than 7 crores, something less than 8 crores. This is the total income. If I want to see the total income of this group, would be somewhere, around 3 crores or somewhere like that. But if I change my chart type, right click, select data. No, not select data, sorry, change chart type. Right click, change chart type. And if I select the second one, that is the percentage stacked column. And now I press OK. Now every bars are equal. You must be able to see. So what is the difference between the percentage stake and the earlier one which we had used? Can someone tell me? What is the interpretation of this percentage stacked chart? Here you do not have values. Here you have the percentage, and the highest percentage obviously would be 100. And all the bars are created by taking 100 as the base now. Now it does not give you the idea about the total income. It gives you the idea about the contribution of male and female into the total income of that category. Say the first category is the college degree. In the college degree, the total income which is contributed by all the gender, what is the percentage contribution of male as well as female that is been given by this chart? Here in this case, who did not complete the high school degrees, those people, those female are contributing much more as compared to the male. That is more than 50%. Here, male are contributing more percentages as compared to female. But in totality, they are 100%. So here it does not give you any idea about the values. It gives us the idea about the percentage contribution in that particular category. So that's why this stacked chart gives you a different interpretation as compared to the first one. You cannot use both simultaneously at the same time, in the same fashion, in the similar pattern. No. The interpretation of both would be different. Is it clear, everyone? Just give me confirmation by writing yes or no in your chat box. Or if you have any doubt related to the things we have done till now, you may ask it to me. Else we'll move to the next task, and this next task is going to be done by you, where मैं कुछ नहीं बताऊंगा. तुम्हारे जिंदगी के आखिरी 10 मिनट, नॉट सॉरी आखिरी, पर तुम्हारे जिंदगी के 10 मिनट जिसमें तुम्हें करना है, मैं कुछ तुम्हें बताऊंगा नहीं तुम्हें क्या करना है. इसके रिलेटेड कुछ हो तो पहले क्लियर करते हैं, देन एक टास्क में जाते हैं. And those people would be doing the task in their laptop. They would be given a chance to present their answer in front of all by sharing their screen. I think those who are doing amazingly good, they should also be given some chance to get the limelight in front of the other students over here. So you may present your screen and you may explain that as well once your task would be done. Till now, is everyone clear about the things? आपको कुछ नहीं करना था, राइट क्लिक करके चेंज चार्ट टाइप. कोई और करेगा, कोई बताएगा कि सर मुझे तो ये करना है, तो बेटा करो ना, मैं कौन मना करने वाला. कोई बताएगा नहीं सर लाइन चार्ट करना है, सर ऐसा कुछ चार्ट करना है, बार चार्ट करना है, लेकिन ऐसे ऐसे बार होने चाहिए हॉरिजॉन्टली, तो ऐसा करो, कौन मना कर रहा है. Some people would be like, no sir, area chart would be better, like this. That entirely depends on your requirement, whichever is suiting to your presentation style. Okay, so now my next task, which is open for all, will be the 8th task, and everyone should be able to see this properly. Now, yes, there is a one trick there, but everyone should be able to get. Please try to read this properly. Prepare 100% stacked bar chart for count of birth month wise gender wise data. I know where you will get stuck. You people would be like, sir, कॉलम में क्या इंसर्ट करना और रो में क्या इंसर्ट करना, ये तो मालूम पड़ गया. या तो फिर एक्सिस में क्या इंसर्ट करना और लेजेंड में क्या इंसर्ट करना, वो मालूम पड़ गया. लेकिन वैल्यू में क्या डालना? Now that's where the trick lies. And I want the count. And that must be there in 100% stack bar chart. Once it is done, then kindly let me know. Giving you 2 minutes uninterrupted. Once it is done, you may note this down in the chat box that it's done. Prepare 100% stacked bar chart for count of birth month wise, gender wise data. Do not worry, I'll not tell anyone to present the screen in front of all of us. Only the one who will be voluntarily saying yes, only that fellow or fellow should be given the chance, not everyone. Some people would be like, sir, yes sir, भूल से लिख दिया, फिर हमें प्रेजेंट करने को बता दिया, तो हम क्या करेंगे?
Sir?
Yes, Vishwa has done it. Yes, beta, bataiye.
Yes, sir, I'm saying I've done it.
Okay, good, thank you. Waiting for others. अच्छा बिडू लोग बताना मेरे को इधर हो जाए तो एक बार. The silence shall not be perpetual in nature. Well, I'll be waiting for on and on, now. Oops. Okay, Vishwa, will you take the opportunity to explain this to us? That what did you do? What is the interpretation of this?
Yes, sir. For the legend, I have put gender into it.
True.
Then for access, I have put birth month. And again for values, I have put count of birth month.
Very true.
And then from change chart types, I have done stacked chart.
Good. Very true. Now, what did you put in the values?
Count of birth month. So if I insert birth month into access, and then again if I insert birth month into values, it it itself shows count of birth month.
Very true. Can you share your screen and explain this to all?
Sir, actually I have connected it through mobile, but I can put on the video so the laptop would be visible.
Okay. No worries. Fine. Got it. Got it. Understood. No worries. Fine. So let me do it. ये विश्व ने मना कर दिया इसलिए मेरे को करना पड़ेगा. Okay. So gender must be there in a, say, birth month. I'm putting there in birth month. I'm putting there in axis. Gender as said by Vishwa. Let me put to the legend series. And household income, or she had put birth month, right, in this case. So let me take the birth month again in the values, and over there has to be the count instead of anything else. And from here she had changed the chart type to the stacked bar chart. Now what is the interpretation of this chart? Now some people would be assuming, sir, why did you put birth month into the values? Now please put it in the back of your mind. Even if you don't put the birth month into the values, if you just take the employee IDs as well into the values, now any kind of a data on which no other numerical operation can be done, it will automatically give you the count of it. Simple. Now that was the question that was asked by various students related to the project of RM and marketing which they were preparing, that sir, what should we put in the values if the data is not numerically possible to be calculated? Now employee ID cannot be calculated. There shall be no arithmetic operation based on the employee ID. It is not a numerical data. You cannot find the sum of it, you cannot find the standard deviation of it, you cannot find the maximum or minimum of it. So whatever you put over there in the values, it will give you the count on the basis of which two conditions? On the basis of gender and birth month. So I would be having a count over here in a stack chart, and that will be showing as a percentage of a contribution in that category. So if I say January, so in January, the count of female is slightly more than 50% as compared to the male. If you take the example of March, the count of female is again slightly higher than the male. Now this is the percentage, but if I want the exact count on the basis of values, then I may go to some other bar chart or columnar chart which gives us the count values rather than the percentages. So clicking over here, change chart type, and if I change to the first one, this one, press OK. So here you have the exact values. What is the count of male and what is the count of female in all these categories? Now it really does not make a difference that what you are putting in the values now. It will give you the count on the basis of the two conditions which you have applied. Simple. Even if you put anything over there, no, take anything. You want to take age category over there, take age category. It will give you the count. Because age category is something which cannot be numerically calculated. You cannot have the sum of age categories. You cannot have the standard deviation, minimum, maximum of that. What you can do about the age category is just the count. And count is not based on age category. Count is based on the birth month and gender only. Because the two conditions which you have given for the preparation of the chart is gender and birth month. So anything which you drag to the values, it will give you the count of birth month and gender only. Generally, we put the numerical data into the values so that we get the some arithmetic kind of operations there in the values, that if you want to do summation or something else, multiplication, then we can do it from here, maximum, minimum, or something like that. But if the data is such on which there is no possibility of any numerical exercise, then it will automatically give you the count. And the count of what? Count is not of the age category, because age category is nowhere into the chart. See, in chart we have only two things, that is gender and birth month. It will give you the count on basis of that only. So value is something which does not create another category in your chart. Till now, whatever the pivot charts and pivot tables we have applied, no, value is not something which creates another category. It just suits the requirement of the already two categories which you have applied over here, that is gender and axis. वैल्यूज का खुद का कोई एग्जिस्टेंस है ही नहीं, वो तो एक्सिस और लीजेंड बोलती है वैसे काम करती है बेचारी। एक्सिस और लीजेंड बोलेंगे कि रात है तो वो बोलेंगे रात है, एक्सिस और लीजेंड बोलेंगे कि शाम है तो वो बोलेंगे शाम है, एक्सिस और लीजेंड बोलेंगे कि सुबह है तो वो बेचारी बोलेगी कि सुबह है। उसके तो पास कुछ है ही नहीं अपना, चांद की तरह है, खुद की रोशनी नहीं है, सूर्य के पास से उधार ली हुई रोशनी है। इज इट क्लियर? So values में even if you put a birth month, that would be okay, the answer would be same. Even if you put any other thing and you put the count as a as a criteria, then it will give you the answer of gender and birth month only in terms of count. So let me take, say, home size of the hometown, that then also same answer. So in your research project, if you have a data which cannot be count, which cannot be numerically calculated, you can put it in the values and you will be having a count of it. But yes, on that you cannot exercise any other numerical operations, because age categories and level of education and all such categories, there is no possibility of any numerical valuation from there. Okay, so that's the basics of pivot table I have introduced in front of you. Let me end this lecture by this. Next time onwards, we will move to some other pivot charts by taking some few other examples. I'll share you the task file for the next time. And then we will move to the dashboard if possible from our side. And if you can do it, I need to judge it based on the responses and the reactions which I receive in the next lecture. For the day, it's over from my side. If you want to share something with me, if you have some doubt, you may clarify that to me. और ये मैं याद रखूंगा, मुझे सिर्फ विश्वा की तरफ से कंप्लीटेड सर आया है, किसी और ने मेरे को कंप्लीटेड सर बताया ही नहीं है। कोई एक तो माइका लाल होगा जिसने किया होगा। शेयरिंग शेयरिंग शेयरिंग, sharing my attendance with all of you in the chat box. You may find it. Once it is done, then you may leave for the day. Okay, so I have got the justification from Miss Charmy too. Got it, Charmy? बाकी सबके लिए धोनी भाई साहब आए थे। एक्सेल मैं खेलता हूँ, तुम ड्रीम 11 पे जाके आईपीएल की टीम बनाओ, ऐसा कोई कहने आया था?